Welcome back to your Afternoon Express Masterclass, and I'm back in the kitchen, baby. I felt a little bit of FOMO when they were creating that delicious pap and chakalaka recipe. I decided to bring it on back. Of course, joining me in the kitchen, we've got our resident chef, Dumi, and of course, our superstars this evening, Josh and Caroline. You guys ready to get into some dessert?
We're definitely ready.
You got a sweet tooth, Caroline?
Yeah.
You love something sweet? Okay, let's make sure...
It's got like...
Delicious. Well, let's get right into it. They say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Josh and Caroline are about to prepare the all-time South African classic Malva pudding. This is one of their favorites, and one thing's for sure, served with a generous helping of Clover classic custard, there won't be a crumb left once they're done. Now, this is what I'm talking about, something that you eat from start to finish that can kind of be a little guilt-free.
Yeah, and I think the one thing is a lot of times when people make it, people like to add a lot of different things to it, add nuts, add this and that, but we decided to keep it as traditional as possible. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, you know? And to make sure that we're keeping it simple, I'm going to be having Carol, you're on sauce duty for us, and you and I are on the cake batter side.
Perfect.
Now, how we start is we've got some sugar that's already been creamed together with some butter. Nah? I'm going to whisk these together, but the next step would be for us to add our egg to this mixture. But normally what happens is we need to add bicarb and vinegar into this mixture, but most people, I don't know if you know how to test if your bicarb is fresh.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I have no idea.
So maybe you can show us and the rest of South Africa how to do that. Right next to you, we've got a bowl.
Okay.
And into that, you can drop some of the bicarb in there. That's the white little powder.
This is the stuff that's supposed to fizzle. That didn't fizzle in the drink.
That bitterly disappointed us earlier. But hopefully this experiment will work this time.
Hopefully,
Let's
Bali.
see. And then this?
So now that's vinegar. So we're trying to test whether it's still active and it's still fuzzy and it's going to do what it was supposed to do in the first segment, which didn't happen. So maybe plop it in there, and what happens is if it works and it's still fresh, it's supposed to fizzle up.
Okay.
If it's not, then what happened before is what...
This is going to go...
So let's see, show us.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, it's fizzling.
It's fizzling, you see?
Okay.
That's what we were expecting. We wanted our drinks to be nice and fizzly and all of that. I don't know if you guys like fizzy drinks.
I do.
Maybe you
Maybe
can
a little bit too
much.
Okay, Stanley,
So
well, on that section, you guys seem to be well on your way. Keep mixing, Dumi. Here on Caroline's section, now, Caroline, girl, you said we are zithanda izinto ezimnandi. You love sweet treats. What would be your favorite? Hi,
I don't know if you saw what you did during the break, but she poured it all over my head. So
You have literally got flour on your head, Caroline.
You want me to look like a granny?
thought I'd get a little bit of payback.
Dumi, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm getting a sneak peek, like a fly on the wall, into their kitchen.
I feel like I need to join them in their kitchen. You guys, the flour goes into the bowl, Josh, not on Caroline.
Are you sure you don't want anyone?
No, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Is there enough to go around?
No, thanks.
Okay.
No, thanks. But let's go back to the sauce, right? To get our sauce started, you've got some butter. You can add the butter into the bowl there. And then we want it to melt up with that sugar. Once it's melted, you can then add the milk and some cream. So this sauce, in essence, is going to go on top of the Malva pudding. Yeah, that's perfect. You can actually add the milk and the cream as well and get those done melted
Let me do that. Okay, wait.
Caroline, if you need flour, you've got some on your head. Just...
By cheap price.
A cheap price.
So
Is this how Joshua's been his whole life? This is how he's been. He just continues to play pranks on you and...
The flour is not the first time.
Wow.
I remember one day you put the flour and I was getting angry. You pay for this, Josh. Just give me money to go to the salon.
You gotta pay. That's exactly what I would say. Josh, I mean, how often does Caroline also, you know, stick one to you?
She does it quite often. It's usually in revenge, I'm not going to lie. I'm usually the person that starts everything. But mine are usually a lot more elaborate. So the time she's talking about with the flour was when I was very young. I waited for her to come into work, and I had a whole tub of flour on top of the door. And as she opened it was supposed to fall on her, but she saw me waiting to do it, so she walked around, and I just took the whole thing and I just went poof. And she started screaming, and she's like, Josh, you're going to pay for the salon, okay?
Yeah. Brilliant. I mean, this is what it's all about. Yeah, I really do feel like I am part and parcel of the Josh Caroline duo. Lalela Sisi will help you get clean a little later, but for now, let's finish this Malva pudding. Let's finish this Malva pudding.
Okay, cool. So I've added some vanilla into this. I've added some jam. I've also added some milk. And then into this, I'm also adding some salt, some bicarbs, some bacon.
Done.
That's done. Perfect. So this, in essence, once I've added our flour, this is the Malva pudding base done. And this goes into the oven to bake at 180 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes. Just watch it go golden brown. You can even cook it for 45 minutes. It all depends on your oven. But once it cooks, it comes out looking that golden brown that you've got there, Caroline. And then you can add some of the sauce on top of it. Prick it nicely with that skewer.
Take over.
What that
There we
does
go, girl.
is it helps to make sure that the sauce goes right through up until the bottom of the sauce.
Yeah, so this is what
I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm the spectator of this whole thing.
Well, before
No
you
one trusts me in the kitchen anymore.
Well, we don't, but I do trust you to add some of our Clover Classic Custard onto that little bit of our Malva pudding that we've got there, because we want you guys to taste it, because as much as it's delicious on its own, you can pour it onto desserts, you can pour it on anywhere you enjoy, but you can even enjoy it on its own. Just literally pour it over and that's about it. So that
great.
sauce needs to absorb nicely, but I think maybe
I'll
this
help
is
you
the
there.
time for you guys to
Give it some
a
time
taste.
to melt.
Give it some time to
We'll
melt.
just go straight into it, I think.
Please do go into it. Let me know if you approve. Give us the stamp of approval here on Afternoon Express for our
No, it's really good.
You love
Josh
it.
and Caroline Malva pudding.
Caroline,
I'll
do you want
call you
some
on my
custard?
birthday.
Thank you.
Well, just like that, enjoy, eat up, but the fun is not done here in the kitchen. I mean, look at Caroline, my goodness. If you want to find out how to get this recipe and not on your head, I mean in your kitchen, simply head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. Finish up. Yummy.
That's really good.
So, we've had classic fashion from Tindy, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
The classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.